Right now at 6, we're standing for Houston after a woman says a fire in the apartment above her left her home a soggy mess. What happened when we tried to get her answers? Also, teachers laid off at HISD. What the school board president is saying about calls for her resignation in an exclusive interview. And a scary trip to the DMV, how a driver wound up plowing into the office. The news starts now.
Tonight, a family fed up with living in this filth, but their apartment managers are refusing to clean it up.
And tonight we are standing for Houston and fighting to help the family get out of their apartment.
They've been living in deplorable conditions after the unit above them caught fire earlier this week.
Matt Doherty is in North Harris County tonight getting some answers. What have you learned there, Matt?
Well, we were hoping the apartment managers were going to tell us they would do something to fix this situation, but they didn't. Instead, they told me they didn't want to talk about it, and they told me to get out.
I'm the one that knocked the window down. I'm the one that went in the house.
Luckily, the tenant wasn't home when the fire ripped through the unit upstairs. It was bad. This video taken by Talisman Smith today gives you an idea.
Black water, black brown water was on the floor.
Downstairs in her unit, Smith shows us the damage from the water used by fire crews to put out the flames.
It was flowing from the ceiling. If you look up here, you can see the water damage, how much water. There was water over here on the corner, on the floor, on my TV, on the couches. It was coming from up here on the ceiling. And the damage came into the kitchen. It was all over the floor. It's in my cabinets, messed up my appliances.
She's afraid to plug anything into the outlets.
Because I don't know if it's going to be a problem. I don't know if we're going to get electrocuted or anything in here.
And the couple won't turn on the AC.
It smells like black smoke. It smells nasty, like mold.
The unit smells like bleach. For the last 2 days, the couple's been cleaning up the mess.
These are all shirts of ours that we just had to use to get all of that junk up.
They say they've continued to speak with the managers of the complex, asking to be relocated to a different unit.
They told us to sleep in the one bedroom because it wasn't damaged.
She says they've even talked to the owner of the Palms at Cypress Station.
We asked them to come help us, and no one came. They gave us the runaround.
Desperate for help, they contacted us. But when I walked into the leasing office this afternoon, managers called their supervisor. They were instructed to tell me to leave, and they said they didn't want to talk about it. Now the family says they'll have to keep living in that apartment unit. They have no other choice. We're live in North Harris County, standing for Houston. Matt Doherty, KHOU 11 News.
What an unfortunate predicament. Matt Doherty, thanks so much. An already difficult week for HISD ends with news of hundreds of layoffs, including up to 250 teachers. It's something many say they knew was coming, but it doesn't ease the pain for those now getting those pink slips. Jason Miles is live at district headquarters with more. Jason?
Yeah, news of layoffs and now a small protest. That's how the week is ending for HISD. This small demonstration just beginning here outside the HISD headquarters building. It follows a heated meeting a few nights ago over a charter school proposal. Take a look at that video we've shown you several times. A number of people forcibly removed from the meeting Tuesday night by security. 2 women ended up with criminal charges the district later dropped. The folks out here tonight are again calling for Board President Rhonda Skillern-Jones and another board trustee to actually resign from the board. Skillern-Jones told me during an exclusive interview this afternoon that she regrets how the meeting ended Tuesday night, but stepping down is not an option.
I've worked hard, and one misstep, I don't think for me, gives me a signal that I need to step down, because there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Skillern-Jones said the current focus is turning underperforming schools around and hoping a waiver from the state will be granted to schools impacted by Harvey. As we have reported, the possible charter school turnover is off the table for the time being. Back here live, these folks are talking about layoffs tonight as well. Sorry to hear that some teachers are losing their jobs, up to as many as 250, as you mentioned. The union hopes many of those teachers will actually land jobs again with the district. Perhaps over the summer. The district says it will hold workshops as well. Meantime, these people still calling for resignations and calling for more action here at the school board. We'll be watching. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Jason. Earlier this week, we showed you this terrifying video of a violent home invasion where a pregnant woman was even pistol whipped. Since then, the video has been shared thousands of times, and it has sparked a debate about how families should react during a home invasion. Marcelino Benito talked to a security expert about what you should do.
What would you do if 4 armed men stormed into your house? Would you pull out a weapon and shoot, or would you comply? That is the question a lot of you are debating online after watching this surveillance video of a violent home invasion in East Harris County. A mother 4 months pregnant was pistol whipped, and one of the crooks even pointed a gun at little children. We spoke to Jim Napolitano, a security expert and the current police chief in Montgomery. He says this family in the video did everything right. Children in the room change everything. Defending yourself with a weapon in that situation could have made things a lot worse. He says the most important thing is making sure your home is burglar-proof by installing extra bolts or locks on doors to give yourself extra time to hide in a safe room or grab your gun should the crooks get in. Once they're inside, seconds matter, and once they have control, you're out of good options.
I was kind of proud of the mom. She brought all her children together and tried to keep them from interrupting these guys, because you saw what happened when the daughter got up and tried to run towards the door. He pointed his gun at her right away. I was like, holy smokes, that little girl's going to get shot. These individuals got into the house immediately, and once they're on top of you like that, you have to comply.
Luckily, in this specific case, no one got seriously hurt, and Napolitano says it's because the family cooperated. The crooks made off with several $1,000s, jewelry, and electronics. I can tell you detectives are still working this case and following lots of leads. If you have any information that can help them crack this case, you're asked to call the Harris County Sheriff's Office. I'm Marcelino Benito, KHOU 11 News.
Thank you, Marcelino. Now to a huge milestone for Houston's homeless. The city says with the help of federal vouchers, all homeless vets now have a home if they'd like one. The news comes on the heels of the first anniversary of the mayor's Meaningful Change campaign.
Our Melissa Correa is also explaining why the city does not want you to give money to the homeless on the street.
At the corner of Westheimer and 610, where education intersects with irony, Greg Smith has options.
You know, there are people around this world that if you give them money, they'll use it for very bad reasons.
Or your dollar won't go the distance. Houston's mayor started asking for meaningful change about a year ago. The city says on average, one panhandler makes about $50 a day, adding up to about $18K a year.
We need people not to be enablers.
At a community party, Turner celebrated small successes. Housing for homeless military veterans, the potential for an app that allows people to donate to dozens of nonprofits, churches, or neighborhood groups, and a website that details what will happen with your donation.
But if you contribute in such a way that we can put them in housing and provide supportive services and meet their short as well as long-term needs, that's meaningful change.
Across Houston, hints of tangerine remind drivers they have options. Graffiti reminds the city there's still a long road ahead.
But you can't continue to do what we have always done and expect a more positive result.
I have multiple ones. You missed it. The first day with Barbara Bush, I was my work is higher, but I wasn't supposed to be from work. I did. I announced it.
And let them know where all the places are where they can get help throughout the city, where all of those donations hopefully get funneled through and then divvied up to people who really need the help.
Who really need it.
I guess the thing we need to remember is right before the mayor launched this campaign, some of our neighbors were getting physically attacked by panhandlers. They're hoping the program makes everyone safer, and the street safer, that is.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Melissa. Sorry to say, hurricane season just a month away. Now is the time to get ready. This weekend, you don't have to pay taxes on some emergency supplies. You can get things like generators that cost less than $3,000, as well as batteries, flashlights, ladders, ice chests, and more. We've got all the information on our website, KHOU.com.
Alrighty, it's going to be a beautiful weekend to get out and shop or maybe do some gardening, whatever it is that you like. Maybe ride 200 miles on a bike or a multiple sclerosis research.
Like your husband will be doing. Here's the kind of weekend it is, folks. Can we get the shot in the studio?
It's Raise the Roof weekend.
That's the weekend.
This is the time to get prepared for hurricane season. You guys just talked about it. Melissa talking about this thing. So where do you even begin? What if you're new to Houston, new to the area, or maybe you just haven't prepared for the past several years? So KHOU.com is the place to go. If you go to KHOU.com, go to the weather section, click on weather, and then click on the word hurricane. And you'll get to our hurricane quick tip and preparedness area, also a place where you can track storms. You'll get a list of what hurricane supplies you should buy if you're going to do that this weekend, how to prepare your home, your business, your car, how to protect those windows, an evacuation route planner if you are on the coast and would be in a spot that might need to evacuate. Again, this is how KHOU stands for Houston at KHOU.com, weather the hurricane section to get you beginning to prepare. Outside right now it's 79. It is a spectacular Friday evening, and you're right, we're off to a beautiful start to the weekend. Cool overnight, low humidity weekend, and enjoy it because the sticky stuff is coming back soon. Back with that coming up in a couple of minutes.
Thank you, sir. Well, you expect